Last time on Wanderlust. You guys are rolling back to town with a big pig in a cart.
In order to avoid the outright demolition of the village, we see if they have some kind of Danaeus Arena type situation where we can maybe have it a little bit enclosed, and then we can release the pig in there, have Mad Dog Lord Humongous Gut Grinder there, and I guess it would probably be better to just let Coris know that this is like a setup, but don't tell him why.
They feel like they don't have a purpose unless they are defending the town.
I see. So if this guy Coris was to leave town, then there would be no need for any of this to happen because he would no longer be keeping the wild animals that run through town at bay.
Are you Coris?
I'll go pack my bag. Okay, as long as you can promise me 100% that she will not kill the pig, then I think we're good. Okay, look, I understand what you're saying, but definitely I do think it's going to be necessary for me to stab this thing. So, you know, that's what's got to happen.
You know, I've been noticing that it seems to be able to, like, see very well. Maybe, like, start with the blindness thing.
Okay, good advice. Good advice. You're like an animal person, yeah. And that would probably impress Coris if I blinded it right away and then cut it in half or something, yeah.
My hope is I can maybe train it to, like, fall over. And it's like, oh, you did it. You stopped its heart.
I can promise to prove myself a effective protector and deserving of your support. The Lord Humongous Gut Grinder sees Coris get trampled, and she goes, no! And leaps in, and she reaches up and touches his face, and, like, as she, like, goes, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard, and, like, leans in for a kiss, you guys, like, see this beautiful moment, and Estelle just, like, just grabbing the helmet and backing up slowly. Sometimes I do this really cool thing where I think I'm ready to go and I didn't open my notes just because I didn't feel like it, I guess.
That sounds right.
So, sorry.
I could put the Farewell Wanderlust song, Caitlin, into your queue for you. It is not the vibes of Wanderlust at all, but you know.
All of you are walking through a forest that is now brightly lit. You can tell that this sort of light and perspective on this forest that was dark as you were making your way through it is sort of emanating from this now complete heart that you can actually hear beating in your hands as you hold it and make your way through. And like I said, as you start to walk, you can look around and see distinctly, oh, if I was to walk this way, the trees would start to look more like Novathea. If I was to walk this way, they would start to look more like the bazaar out in the forest that you just came from. If I was to walk this way, we would start going underground to maybe where there's a lost city. You can tell that distinctly. Just picking a path and walking in a direction, you could pick, like, differences in geology that would lead you more and more into the place that you want to go. Think of it as kind of like a fractaling path. Every choice you make is branching you to the right place. So, now in this forest, with this sort of ability to guide yourselves, where do you try to go?
I think we go back to Smoky Banks, right?
Alright, so you start heading your way towards kind of like this, like, lost place that things go when they have fallen away from their worlds.
Where does Lance go?
He's still with you guys. He has not yet left.
Okay. He doesn't just run away?
Well, there's only one heart, so no. He would not be able to see.
So is it like having the heart that makes those fractaling paths clear to us? Is that...
Yes. So, like, this is like a light emanating from you guys at this point now.
Okay.
Like, you could almost maybe see shadows. Like, you can tell you're casting this place into shadow by having a light in it. As you make your way towards home, towards Smoky Banks, the trees around you grow more familiar. They still seem kind of alien because it's not the multicolor foliage that you're used to from Nova Thea, but the forest grows old and dark and moss-covered, deep green and dangerous as you can see familiar animals around you. And suddenly you kind of like look over and you're like, oh yeah, that's right there. That's the stone. That's like the pile of rocks that we jumped into. That's the fountain right there. And you find yourselves back in that clearing where you originally found this fountain and kind of dove into this weird adventure through 3 different worlds.
And we see another Guffey. Cue boss battle music.
One of them is a fake Guffey. No, but what you do see is the Forest Phantom, the Mushroom Phantom, and Otis all sitting around the kind of the stones around this little like burbling spring.
Oh, well, I guess hello again. I don't think we've ever seen all of you in one place. Is everything all right?
The Forest Phantom is again beginning to look more regal and less like chewed up. So her appearance has always been kind of like barky and leafy, but now that has sort of formed into a more like actual flowing garment, not just like a creepy stick figure walking towards you, you know, with like leaves on it. She looks at the heart. Who's holding it, by the way? Not that it particularly matters. This is not going to be like a surprise you're dead moment or anything.
I think it was Estelle.
That was my inclination, but...
Oh, really? I was going to say it was Juliet, but I am happy to be holding it.
Okay. I could be holding it.
One of you's got to pick.
I'm holding it.
Okay. She walks up to Juliet. I see you have found a treasure most dear. My domain has long been a place lost, a place that you can find yourself and rarely find your way out of. You should consider yourself lucky for that privilege.
I certainly do.
This heart, this amalgamation of wilderness has not been in my domain for quite some time. I will warn you as I have warned you since you came to this place and since we met. It will bring with it change, destruction, danger, threats to your life that you cannot yet comprehend. But it also gives you perspective on the paths you may walk. Either way, I look forward to seeing what you do.
Yeah, she says that until a mushroom comes and tries to eat her.
Me and the other one have come to a conclusion of sharing this domain. And as such, I am grateful for the change, even if it represents a splitting of my interests.
But you were always interested in change.
It would make me a hypocrite to disagree. She takes your hand and puts a little stone in it, just in case, and then fades back into leaves rustling across the ground.
Does this look like did Estelle have a stone in the thing when she broke it open?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's another one of those.
Was it the seed that we planted that made the mushroom?
Yeah, it's a seed.
It was a seed, yes, yeah. Oh, she gave you a seed, too, yeah. This is just a rock.
Oh, okay.
What did the rock do?
When Estelle broke it, she talked to Otis.
Do I have a sense of what this does, or am I being dumb?
Oh, no, you have no idea what this thing does. A weird forest creature gave you a rock. It might just be a rock.
Okay. I put it in a zippered pocket of my backpack.
Labeled, classified, and dated when received.
Right.
The Mushroom Phantom kind of like jaunts up to Estelle, my champion, I'm glad you have returned to this lovely place. I trust your mission was successful.
As far as I can tell, yes.
Now I have thoughts. The first one is, could we maybe spread spores to any of these places? Did you meet anyone interested in mushrooms?
I can't say that was our main goal.
I smell mushrooms.
I'm sorry, what?
Hey, can you tell me what all these potions do? Which one of these, as a person, a human person, can I drink?
Do you have all those potions and you're just like handing them to him?
I'm holding them up. I'm not handing them to him. He's not going to give them back. I'm a little loud tonight.
He goes, may I put my fingers in them?
Yeah. What are you going to do that's going to make it worse?
So yeah, you like uncork all the bottles and he just like grows his hands into them like little like mycelial fibers like worm their way into them and you can see like little mushrooms sprouting on the top and he goes, ugh.
That was a really good noise. That was a really good noise though. You did that very well.
He pulls his hands out and goes, 3 of those you should give to me. And he gestures at 3 of them. They'll kill you. 3 of them do nothing. Those 4 you can drink.
What do they do?
He just grabs your face. That would ruin the fun.
I like him better. Yeah, I give him the ones that would kill me.
He drinks them, and then you see him just sort of like plant his feet into the ground, and he goes, there will be many more dead creatures to grow mushrooms out of soon.
What do you...
You can see, like, in your mind, a deer, like, sniffling around this, like, very delicious-looking mushroom, biting it and dying, and then mushrooms growing out of it, and as it decays.
Giving decay a literal avatar seemed like a weird thing that we will have to live with.
That's the tagline of Wanderlust. Weird things we'll have to live with.
Yeah, you say that. Weird things that we have to live with as you turn around and see a robot and an old man following you. And Fred potentially cursed by a demon for all eternity for, backing out of a deal.
No, he completed the deal.
Oh, you're right. You did complete. It's Lance that thinks he didn't complete the deal. You are correct.
Hang on. Hold on one second. I was clipping a little bit more than I thought I should be, and then I realized I plugged in the mics wrong.
Oh, were you Caitlin's track and she was your track?
Yeah.
Or channel, not track, but whatever. Yes, so then in a poof of spores, the mushroom phantom vanishes. And you can see little mushrooms already starting to sprout up where he used to be standing. Otis stands up and walks over to you, Estelle, and gives you a hug. I'm glad to see you back. I hope that your time finding the heart was not too terrible.
It was interesting.
I
can't imagine the places you ended up going.
When you walk through that place that you did blind, as I have many times, you might eventually be able to get a sense of where you're going, but not always, and I've found some odd places.
Do you not have a compass like that? And she points to what Julia told her.
I do not. I don't believe either your friend Maul did either. We simply ran from something and found somewhere else.
Interesting.
But that being said, I'm glad that you found a thing that I had been researching for a long time. I'm quite excited to see it for the first time, and it means that I might be able to find this place easier if you hold on to it. But I must warn you of what I've learned in my research and what I think maybe you'd have found out from talking or seeing the places that had these pieces of this heart. Left whole, it shines bright in the wilderness. It makes you a beacon for anything that loses its way. That might be people like you, people like Smoky Banks, places like Smoky Banks. It might be things far more nefarious or frightening. Obviously, at some point it was broken and split into parts and scattered. You could do that again. You could leave it in Smoky Banks as a way to find your way back and forth to our home, Nova Thea. You could leave it at Nova Thea and let it be their problem. You could send it back with Lance. You could try to destroy it. But either way, if it's destroyed, I doubt you will ever see Nova Thea again. Or me, for that matter.
I think at the very least, we need to get anyone home that wants to go back to Nova Thea. After that, we'll just have to come to a consensus on what to do.
Seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. Well, that's a choice for all of you to make. I hope I find you again, but if I don't, Estelle, it has been wonderful seeing you again, and I am sorry that I left you such an odd place to take over as the veterinarian.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to find you after you disappeared. The rest of the town was very worried.
Well, and you might not find this surprising, grew weary with dealing with the town all the time, and simply wished to see what else was there. Then all of you sort of ended up following me, but it meant I got to meet all of you lovely people, and that has been a treat, but now I feel like I must wander again. And you see him begin to, climb up the rocks, and he waves at all of you and goes, "Make sure you take good care of Guffy, by the way. He's simply the best dog I've ever met." And then takes a step backwards and falls into the water.
We all give Guffy scritches.
Guffy says, "Thank you. I'm a dog now."
I'm back to being my normal self.
Lance looks at all of you and goes, "Now look, I don't care what you do with that thing, so long as you do at some point use it to get me and all of my people home. Then do whatever you wish with it. But that's my only request."
Certainly. Is there anybody from Echo Base that would want to stay here?
It's going to be awkward when Tira says yes, isn't it?
I'll talk to Tira about it. No, we're not staying here. It's a terrible idea. People keep dying, and I'm sick of making scarecrows.
I don't think you get to stop making scarecrows.
I won't have to make scarecrows, hopefully. That's the idea.
That's fair. Does Tira want the mushroom cure?
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. No.
Your people won't care that she looks half mushroom?
Tira won't care that people care.
I'm just saying, you've stuck people in a lab for looking less different?
Oh, it was not because Maul looked different. It was because I believed that she brought a pestilence and then also was stealing from me.
One of those was true, technically.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Well, I guess we can start heading back to Smoky Banks, and Willow can radio to Echo Base that the possibility to go home exists, and we can coordinate from there.
Lance, when should we message Echo Base about this? When is your best idea?
If we have a solid way to get home and it can be proven, immediately.
Well, you coming back is kind of the proof, yes?
Sort of.
Well, you're gonna have to come back to Smoky Banks to get Tira anyway.
Yeah.
Why don't we get everyone back, and then once when you're about to leave Smoky Banks, we can radio Echo, and I mean, it's gonna be a trek to get back up there anyway.
Yeah.
But that'll give them plenty of time, but also not, give them so much advance notice that we don't have an accurate time for them to leave. Sure. Okay.
Does anyone know how long it's been? Do we ask anyone? We should have asked Otis or the Phantoms before they left.
Well, I don't think either of them would have known. Their sense of time doesn't seem to be accurate.
True.
I don't think we're going to know until we run into probably home, or I don't know. Oh, you know what? I bet the boat has some kind of timekeeping situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll radio Willow once we get there. All right, back to the boat.
All right, so you all make your journey across the plains, heading south to eventually hit the boat where it's kind of like docked on the like foothills of the mountain range near Old Smoky Banks. It's a couple of a day's journey. At this point now, all of you are so accustomed to this area that like avoiding pitfalls is sort of easy in a way. Like, it is a large change that has happened to all of you, and you're like growing accustomed to this place. But yeah, so you make your way back to the boat. It is sitting there parked, or pulled up onto the banks. You can see that there's like plants growing up in it a little bit. Like, it doesn't look like it's been a day. It's been a little bit that this has been sitting here.
I'll go call Willow.
As soon as you like touch the radio and like hit the call button, you would just immediately hear like, "Are you back? Is there someone there?"
Hey, hun, yeah, we're back. How long have we been gone?
It's been a month! Jeez!
In our defense, the robot lady that we're adopting did not give us the answer to the puzzle we needed for a month.
I don't even know what to say to that. Okay, so where are you? I guess let's start with where are you? Are you okay? Is everyone okay?
We're all good. We have a lot to talk about, but we're all fine. We're all safe. We have a way to get to Nova Thea and anywhere else.
Does that mean your sister can move out?
Why is she still in? She's in my apartment. Is she in your? Has she been in our?
No, it's not that. It's just she's a lot, okay? She's a lot, and it would be great if she wasn't a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anywhere further we can run to get away from her.
I like that.
I think I literally ran to a different dimension and she's still here. So, welcome to my family. I hope you're ready to be married into it.
Well, I am after a month of thinking you're dead, so kind of yes, actually. I am. You should get back soonish, I think, for that.
We are gonna be back as fast as we can. I think Fred's tinkering with the engine real quick, and then we'll be on our way.
Great. The line goes dead, and then it pops up again and just goes, "I love you, by the way. I'm sorry I yelled. I love you. It's been a lot, so get back soon."
I love you too. We'll be back shortly. Hey everyone, it's been a month.
A month?
I mean, I kind of expected that when we spent so long on Cheer Chick's planet moon thing.
Yeah, we did spend a lot of time there waiting for the stars to align.
Where are we?
You're on the river that eventually leads down to where Smoky Banks is. You guys boated halfway.
Okay.
And the radio equipment was on the boat.
Okay. Whenever we stop next, when Juliet finds out it's been a month, she's gonna touch tree roots. Because that's what she did initially going out.
I have to imagine Willow is telling people.
Well, yeah, hopefully.
We didn't really address this at the end of the last episode. Did Cheer Chick and I don't even think we ever got the old guy's name.
His name's Old Man.
The Old Man. Did they come back with us, or did they choose to stay in that,
Cheer
eclectic
Chick
village?
Is sitting on the boat next to you right now. Yeah. She has nowhere else to go and nothing else to do. The Old Man is saying deep things that you would say right before you die, and he's been doing that for about a week. That's just kind of what state he's in. He just looks up at the sky and goes, "It looks like forever."
Closes his eyes and doesn't move for 5 minutes, then wakes up.
And then you just hear him go,
I think Juliet is sitting down on the boat with Cheer. If we're just traveling, Juliet's sitting down with Cheer Chick and just talking about Smoky Banks and what it's like there and answering questions. I'm sure that there's lots of different cultural and human things that are bananas to her. And Juliet's I'll just explain more about it. That's a way to pass the time.
The more you explain, the more she's just I wish I had gone to the planet place. This sounds terrible.
Well, we have the heart now, so if you wanted to go somewhere else, you can.
She you say that, and she just stares at the ground. I'll stay in Smoky Banks. I was gonna level with you. Kind of called my bluff there. I sort of forgot that we could travel back. I don't I don't really want to go and find out why I got left behind for all eternity.
I know it's scary starting over. I think we all have a lot of experience with starting over, and
that's fine. As long as there's not giant insects, was a lot of what tormented my people, and there's like a long cultural fear of insects. So as long as it's not like Bug City, we're good.
What about Bug Hamlet? How do you feel about that?
A lot of us had to face a lot of fears coming to Smoky Banks too, so you'll fit right in.
Yeah, so it's probably like, I think it's like 2 days to get from where you guys were back down to Smoky Banks. So it's a couple of days of just making your way through familiar waters, and again, seeing at this point now familiar, but to your eyes still overly mammalian creatures scampering through these trees. You see a couple of spiralics hopping around, and that's how you know you're getting close to home.
Yay.
As you see these like twirly-horned kind of big goats hopping around. When you make it back to Smoky Banks, what is the first thing that everyone does?
I go to see Willow.
What about everyone else?
Estelle goes to find Matthew.
Okay.
I assume Juliet goes to Maul's house.
And Fred's going to go to his shop.
Cool. So, Fred, we're going to start with you. You walk into your shop, and you see it's actually, like, running right now. And when you walk in, you see the, what was his name? Ash?
Yeah.
Ash is there, and he's doing his best to forge stuff for people. There's, like, kind of a line. When people see you, they're like, oh, thank goodness Fred's back. But as you walk in, you can see Ash is, like, very diligently attempting to forge. And when he sees you, he looks up and goes, I am glad you have returned. I am not a blacksmith.
Oh? What makes you say that?
He holds up what is like supposed to be like maybe like a sickle used for harvesting, and it is like it's a U but in the wrong way. You know what I mean? It does make a U, but not where you want.
He holds up a hammer and it's sharp. He holds up a sickle and it's dull.
Yeah.
He just used like a bar of steel for the end of the sickle, and it was impossible to sharpen.
So, yeah, not great for me. How was your trip?
Interesting. Definitely interesting. Got to see a lot of different cool places. But I'm glad to be back. Absolutely.
Before you left, I told you I thought you might have to make a choice. Have you thought at all about what that choice might end up being?
Well, I think I know what my choice is. But it sounds like there's going to be a bigger choice that a lot of people are going to have to make.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to be impacted by. He returns back to his forging and goes, or his attempt at forging and goes, I was a king. I made choices. And then had to suffer the reality of others dealing with them. Or benefiting from them. Sometimes benefiting from them, sometimes bearing their consequence.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of responsibility.
It was, but now I blacksmith. Meanwhile, Estelle, so where do you go looking for Matthew?
So I think first she'd probably try asking any of the people that are guarding Smoky Banks if they know where he is.
Yeah, so they kind of like direct you out to, I'll say sort of like an outpost that was built on the river. So like well, actually, would you guys have gone right past? I need to look at the map. Doesn't matter. It's an outpost that was built on the river that's like maybe a mile out of Smoky Banks that's meant to like give forewarning, like a little tower fort that they built.
Okay. Yeah, she heads out there.
Yep, so you head out there, and it's like in the area where there's tons of spiralics jumping around. You can see that the forest has kind of been cultivated in a way that it wasn't before. Like clearly plants are some of them are being favored and replanted intentionally. And you can see that like people harvesting is now happening a lot outside of Smoky Banks. Like this kind of like semi-cultivated area is spreading far outside of the city, which is odd for, what Smoky Banks was. You climb up this sort of rickety ladder that leads up to this tower that has been like hastily built, out of just like whatever wood was laying around. And you find Matthew sitting with one of the, like, from Lance's settlement rifles with, like, a scope on it and, like, is looking down the river.
Hey, kiddo.
Oh, hey, Mom. Sorry, didn't realize you were back. I know Willa was getting excited on the radio about something, but she was, getting real excited. So I'm glad you're finally back. It was a month. I mean...
Yeah, it was quite a trip this time.
So, what happened?
So, we visited a couple different worlds, I guess, would be the most accurate description, and found a compass that will allow us to take people back to Nova Thea.
Are you going or are you staying?
I would hope that you know what the answer is to that.
I mean, I would hope you would stay.
I'm absolutely gonna stay. If you're gonna stay, I'm staying.
Well, I mean, I'm definitely gonna stay. I don't know what I would do back in Nova Thea. I mean, if you currently look at the predicament that I am trying to handle, which is, 3 weeks ago, we went and had a conversation with Echo Base about them having to be okay with us taking in their strays. That got a little heated. And now I have to sit here and make sure they don't try to come and make trouble for us in the night, which I don't think they will, but pays to be safe.
I don't think they will either. I know Lance is anxious to get home, and it sounds like that may be the case for most of his fellow soldiers.
That would be nice, because I am frankly would be much rather. I would rather fight weird like bat creatures or like some large bird or literally anything other than Echo Base crawling down our backs for no reason. That would be awesome.
Well, you might get that chance. We're gonna have to have a conversation that I would like you to be a part of about what to do with this compass that we found. Because
do I get to sit at the adult table?
You have been sitting at the adult table.
Oh my gosh, you thought of me to sit in your important meeting?
If you're handling all of the defenses,
everything while you're off going on random adventures, while you're off going on who knows where, but no, yeah, I'll be at the meeting.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out if it's worth being a place where everyone can find us. So, I would like your input.
I am. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, hopefully be here for please more than a month if you could before you disappear again. That would be nice.
After this last bout, I think I'm leaning towards staying a little closer to home for a while.
I think you should, because things are eating the Spiralexes that got a lot of teeth, and I'm.
Oh, all right.
Mom, language.
She goes over and gives Matthew a hug. I will give you some more details later, but in that case, I'm gonna go find Mitchell and try and get a little bit more of an idea of what's going on with the Spiralex.
As you walk away, he just goes, "How was the food while you were traveling?"
Not as good as yours.
I knew it. And I know you're not just saying that either.
No, honestly, it was really bad.
Meanwhile, Juliet, where do you head off to?
I was going to a mall shop. House shop.
All right. So you start heading over to Mall's shop, and you can see there's like actually quite a lot of people around Mall's shop. And when you walk in, you can see there's like, maybe like 10 people inside of there. She's like kind of busy, like helping random people. You can see there's a lot of people that are actually selling stuff to her, like clearly things that they have pulled out of the like ruins from the from Ash's Kingdom that have been like semi-unearthed due to like all of the stuff. And you can also see just like other bits of technology that you recognize from your travels that people have been scavenging and bringing to her. And then she's also like selling stuff. When you walk in, she just goes, all right, we're closed for the day. Everybody get out. And someone's like trying to be like, no, come on, we got to finish this deal. And she just like looks at it, throws a handful of like the like credits in his hand and goes, out, out, out.
Juliet had been like, was like, she like got in a line. She saw a line and got in a line.
Seeing this, after everyone leaves, she just looks at you and goes, hello, ma'am. Is there any equipment from today, yesterday, or tomorrow I can interest you in? Our shelves are well stocked, and I'm also interested in purchasing any oddities that people have.
Well, I've got this heart of the forest that can take people anywhere, but what do you think that's worth?
One kiss? And she like comes up and hugs you and gives you a kiss.
I was hoping for a few more.
No, actually, hang on. And then she like takes the heart and is looking at it and is like, we're going to get to that later. But what is this thing though? The heart. She's like holding the heart, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the heart of the forest, and it lets you go back to this limbo place, and then you can go to other planets, and without it, you're not able to find your way. But with it, you can.
Well, that's awesome. I will actually buy this from you. If you want to sell this, I will buy this from you for like a lot.
No, I wasn't, we weren't thinking it was really for sale exactly.
Then why, my dear, did you get in line?
Well, you were busy with other people, and
she puts her hand on your shoulder and then like holds your face and goes, you need to learn about making an entrance. This was a moment you could have made an entrance, you know.
I brought this seems like an entrance.
That's really cool. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that deserved like fanfare and stuff, you know, like a whole thing. But I do actually have something for you too. And she grabs your hand and starts like pulling you back towards like her bedroom, like the little like where the tree is growing.
Yeah, yeah.
And she pauses and goes, it's in the bedroom. It isn't the bedroom.
For now?
Maybe after you see what it is. And she opens the door and you see this like big map up on the wall. And it's like clearly of the forest. You can see there's like a center point with a tree. And then she has like marked like levels and sensations of like what she could feel in different root points. Versus like audible, visual, like with concentration, just like touch, sensing, stuff like that. And it's like this like heat map of like what she can and can't feel. And it isn't just in rings. It like follows root paths and like is broken by water and stuff like that.
Oh.
She's like, so I did research. I have some, and then she like unrolls another thing. She's like, I have graphs.
It's beautiful. You're beautiful. It's wonderful.
Well, we can spend all night looking at it. And she like grabs you and falls into bed. Meanwhile, over in Autumn's house? Willow's house. Where do you guys live again? You live in your house. You live in Willow's house.
It's in Willow's. I think it's our house now.
You're not married yet. You don't own anything together.
Is there anything like noises I hear, like screaming matches as I approach the door?
No, actually the house is totally dark.
All right, I'll just go in.
So you walk in and again, it's just like silent, you know, just no one's there seemingly.
Willow, if you're not here, I'm going to go enjoy the thing I missed most on my trips out into the wilderness. That's a nice hot shower.
Yeah, there's no answer.
Yeah, I don't like a hot shower. I'm waiting for Willow to get back.
So you walk into the bathroom and you see there's like a little box wrapped up with a card on it.
What? Oh, right. What's the card say?
It just says, I knew you would want to shower first, Willow.
What's in the box?
You open the box and it's a book with like a hand illustrated cover that's clearly of you. And it says The Amazing Adventures of Autumn Amalu. And then it says by Sheriff Mitchell. Oh no, his name is Mitchell Toby. By Mitchell Toby.
His pen name can be Sheriff Mitchell. Well, I'm going to shower and then Well, I should go find Willow. She will kill me if I do not find Willow and start reading a book. But it is mean of her to leave me a book when I want to read that now.
So wait, are you just standing in the bathroom staring at the book, trying to decide whether you're going to shower or read the book?
No, I think she's showering. Zach has hiked in the wilderness for a week, and you don't understand, like, that first hot shower is a religious experience. Like, when you're bathing in glacial runoff for a week, and then you get a hot shower, man, is it a game changer.
So when you like get out of the shower, you walk out and you see that like the table's been set and there's candles lit and Willow's sitting there and she goes, so I did a little thing. I said, did you like the gift that I got for you?
I did. I haven't read it yet, but I am very excited.
No, I'm glad. It's okay. I figured I would read you some little bits of it while we're sitting here eating, but the grim thing, okay, do you want to know, like, the real, like, sad thing about that is I had that written after, like, week 2, and I was like, she might not be coming back. I should get someone to, like, record her exploits. Your sister didn't like that, but whatever. I thought you would like to be a book, so I made you into a book.
I mean, I can't think of a better way.
That's not her voice. I'm sorry. That's not her voice. I was still doing Maul. Sorry, recording. I was doing the wrong voice. Correct voice from here on out.
No, we gotta go back or rewind.
Nope.
I think it's a great present, and I don't really care what my sister thinks. I'm just glad she's not here right now. She's not here, right?
No, I told her she couldn't be. She was mad about it, but there, I think at some point there's no... I like your sister in a way, but we have to work on things together, and that means we butt heads. You know how it goes.
I very much do. She is great, and I love her, and I'm not gonna say I'm sad we're gonna be in a different plane of reality than her for most of the time.
All right, now I have a couple of important questions to ask you. One, so you said we have a way to travel back and forth from here to Novathea, right?
Yes, assuming that Juliet didn't sell it to Maul?
You gave that to Juliet and then let her go near Maul with it.
For some reason, people find me...
She's a pirate.
Yeah, and that's why she's cool.
Right, okay.
She can't... To be fair, out of the people who could run away with it, Maul is not one of them. Like, out of anyone that could run away, she is the least likely to run away with it.
You know something that's actually very true? That's there's a fairness to that point. All right, my snarky comments rescinded.
But yeah, we have a way to navigate through the limbo area. We just have to decide what we want to do with that, because the problem is it also makes us a beacon.
Right. Okay, yes, I understand. We have to decide what we should do with it. The first question is, are we having our wedding before we send your sister back, after we send your sister back, or at Novathea?
I mean, I don't think we're going to get away with not doing one at Novathea at some point. But why wait?
Are you saying we're going to have multiple weddings? Am I going to have to meet your whole family someday?
I promise that Aurora is the most extreme.
Let's tell them we can only use it like once a year, twice a year, just around holidays. I think that would be best.
That's fine. I mean, it is a long trip to get to, I presume, where Smoky Banks used to be, and then it's a long trip to get to Oasis?
Right. Yeah, it's a reasonable excuse. It's not an excuse, it's just true. Yeah, we don't have to feel bad about it. It's fine. It's fine. We gotta set boundaries. It's okay.
I think you feel a lot worse about this than I do, and they're my family.
I'm trying to make a good impression, I want them to like me, sort of, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, well, you enjoy your dinner, and hang on, and she, runs back to, the shower, grabs the book, comes back, and she sits down next to you and, puts her feet in your lap and goes, Chapter 1. A fire roared in the giant building. Autumn bravely swung in on... Did you use grappling hooks? He put down grappling hooks. Swung in on a grappling hook? I don't know if that's narrative license.
I tend to use my grapple gloves for most things.
I'll make a note. Should be grapple gloves. And she kind of spends the evening reading you passages from the book she had commissioned about you. So, a couple days go past, and the town council calls all of you for a meeting.
We're here.
Hello.
We just ignore it. These never go well. Why are we going to this?
Fred complaining on the way.
Fred walks in. I'm not leaving for a month.
As you walk in, you see that the council currently sits as Matthew, Willow, oh my gosh, I want to say Marlin, but it's not Marlin. It's Ruben, Teti, and there's one more. Oh, and Aurora. That's the 5 people on the council. As all of you walk in, it's like, it is not formal, like they don't have like a big dais set up. They're just kind of all like sitting around in chairs as you guys walk in. Teti's sitting in the center as all of you come in, and he goes, "Oh, hello. I understand there is some awkwardness, as technically I am under the command of one of you, but given my promotion to town council, I believe that now makes me outranking you, and we did not even have to dance."
Would you like to? Would that make you feel better?
Outrank you?
No, dance.
No, I have never been particularly good at dance, and you would likely win. This way was better.
Well, I'm glad. I still want to be your friend, though.
Friend. Acceptable for now. We are here to discuss the practicality of having the heart. There have been many rumors about it, and we must come to a decision as to what is to be done. Ow. Matthew knees the desk under him.
Well, it does give us the ability to guide people from Smoky Banks back to Novathea, and also Echo Base back to their planet. So in terms of first orders of business, I think that ranks fairly highly.
I mean, yes, and I don't want to seem ungrateful. That's great, and it solves a lot of the problems, because half the town wants to leave, and frankly, I want half the town to leave, and all of Echo Base wants to leave, except for Tira, but her and Lance have been fighting for about 2 days now, so I'm sure they'll come to a conclusion eventually. I think what we're getting at is, the way we understand it, and correct us if we're wrong, if we keep this thing, we're going to be opening ourselves up to more danger, but if we get rid of it, we can't ever go back home.
Yeah, that seems to be the main argument here.
I guess, what are your thoughts right now? What is everyone wanting to do? I know what my thought would be, but I'm me, and that's just one of us, so I want to know where everyone else stands.
So my personal opinion is that we hang on to it and continue to use it to get people back home. I completely understand that makes us a beacon for things that can come through, but if we have the ability to help them get back, then that's certainly a bargaining chip for anything that comes through that can have a conversation with us.
Just gonna take a second to make a comment out of game as the GM. I didn't consider that angle. That's really smart. Anyways, moving on. Way to beat my game. You came up with a solution I didn't expect.
Shouldn't you be used to that by now?
That's my MO in this one.
Yeah, I don't make the best NPCs. They get Thanos snapped into existence by you freaks. So, you know. I don't make good solutions. You guys come up with better ones.
The thing is, like, it's happened enough to me that I don't make solutions anymore, really. I just set up problems. And then when I hear, like,
yeah, right. I know what you mean. It's like when you're planning a game, you hit like the last quarter and you're just like, frickin' they do something that I don't expect. Improv from here.
There's also been times, and I can't remember which ones, where there's been situations I'm like, I don't know how to resolve this problem. Whatever, they'll figure it out. There's 4 of them, there's 1 of me. They'll make something that sounds good.
I would also say that I still have the ability to feel out the mushroom situation out in this part of the wild still. So potentially we could have an early alarm system, basically, if, I can feel something out there moving. And I have a lot of faith in what Matthew can handle. So that's my opinion.
Aurora, at this point, kind of like she's been sitting with her head sort of like in her hands, almost like clearly exasperated. I don't know how to put this nicely, so I won't try. I think all of you are fools. This is not a story, even though others on the council insisted upon immortalizing others here in that way. I see having this thing only as an mad endangerment of others' lives. If there are those of you that wish to stay here, fine. My advice would be to, as many people as we can coerce into coming back home, send them back home, and then whoever wants to hold on to this heart, run back here and, understand likely you will die because of it, and leave it. But it should not be around other people. Frankly, this seems like a great job for Juliet, as I'm sure she wants to return to Maul, and Maul, as I understand it, can't leave because she's half tree.
What's your plan, Aurora?
I'm going back home.
Okay.
I came here to drag my sister back home, and I guess my sister's betrothed.
Well, we're not making you take this compass back.
I
to
understand
Novathea.
that, but if there's any significant population left here after I'm no longer on this council, I believe all of you are recklessly endangering them, especially Matthew, who seems to think he can defend this place from anything.
I was going to say I agree with what Estelle said, that she put it very eloquently, and that if anyone is equipped to encounter whatever comes out of the wilds, I think it is this town and us, and there's no better people for it.
Also, people are going to end up here, whether we want them to or not. And just because we make the lighthouse dim doesn't mean the rocks go away.
That was actually a good metaphor. Congratulations, Zach. Right there, good metaphor. Anyways, now I have to continue on like it wasn't, because that's how conversations work. I would hate to ruin my reputation on this council by agreeing with Aurora to some extent. I don't think we should hastily dismiss the danger that we are putting people in by keeping this artifact here. I understand its utility is great, and that it could benefit us in some ways, and that we maybe even could help people as a result, but it is rather a large and daunting undertaking that I think could result in death. So, not necessarily for all of us, but for some of us.
That makes sense. If we are worried about drawing things directly to the heart of Smoky Banks, maybe we don't keep the heart, in the middle of town. We could have it slightly outside of town so that we have some warning system. Estelle can sense with the mushrooms. Maul can sense through the roots of the trees. We can construct a place for it, and even, radio communication with here if we want. If we want to have if it's going to be drawing people and we want it to have a little bit more advanced warning, though I think we will, would that be sufficient?
I also think that it is going to have to leave this area in order for whoever wants to go back to their home. It's going to have to leave on occasion for whoever decides to lead these people back to their home. That's how they're going to find it.
It does have to travel, yes.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a still point constantly.
Ruben speaks up. He's finally figured out a way to smoke something. He has a clearly homegrown rolled cigarette in his hand that smells bad, but gotta have something. You see the end of it burn as he looks out at all of you gathered, and then at the council itself. I have never sat on this town's council, but recently. But I have been here my whole life, and in that time was a member of a society that was well aware of the turmoil that we all faced on a daily basis. Smoky Banks has always been at the nexus of inconvenience. And some of us were aware of that, and some of us chose to ignore it. I would almost prefer to be honest about what we are tell people what we are, a magnet for misfortune, and those of us that wish to stay and see what that looks like may. But I, for one, am glad to trade a few years at the end of my life for the potential of seeing something I have not yet seen up to this point.
We also don't know we can break it, because last time it was broken into pieces, it just doomed 3 other societies. It didn't stop this from happening, and I am not going to be the person that dooms 3 other civilizations.
Aurora looks at you and just goes, I have been informed by this council that I am not allowed to make unilateral decisions on everyone's behalf.
That's typically how democracy works, yeah.
Also, not when you do a rebellion, though, but apparently I don't have the necessary resources to that, or so Matthew informed me.
I mean, maybe don't do a rebellion with 4 other people without them picking you as, leader of all?
Oh, no, I mean, I did not have the social support necessary to remove troublesome members of this council. As such, am still forced to play by their rules. So, the council's...
I wonder why you didn't have the social support. I can't imagine why.
It might be because I came here to drag you back home because you're having a rebellious streak, but that being said...
Says the person who led a coup. I'm just saying. I ran away from home,
participated in a coup that your girlfriend led.
Fiancé.
We're not getting into this right now. We will get into it when we are all back home. So, I have been informed I am not allowed to make unilateral decisions, and also that given all of your status as the ones that drag these oddities out of the woods, for some reason that means also all of you get a voting stake in what happens with the heart. So, we will start it.
I mean, because if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have the heart, so I feel like that's only fair.
It seems to be that's the consensus of the council. So, we will put it to a vote. If you wish the heart to stay, or if you wish the heart to be somehow gotten rid of after returning all voluntary people back to their original homes. I will allow the council to vote first. It's going to be an out loud ballot, so we'll go down the list. Matthew, keep the heart or dispose of it. Matthew just goes, definitely 100% keep it. I will absolutely be keeping that heart. I believe that we are perfectly capable of handling anything that all the worlds in the universe have to throw at us.
Hell yeah.
Willow, keep the heart or dispose of it. Willow kind of looks down at her hands. I don't plan on returning to Novathea, and much though I like my potential new family, I think it would be unwise to trade safety for the potential of travel at this time, because we simply do not yet know enough about what this object might do. I would vote to dispose of it. Aurora looks at her clearly surprised. I would also vote to get rid of this heart. I think it is foolish. Teti, our most unique member, what would you vote? Teti, his face flashes through many colors, and his hands kind of dance in front of him, his little mandibles kind of dance in front of him. Keep it. I would rather have the ability to put things under our control than have less things be under our control. If we are able to bring things under our control, we strengthen our hold in this place, and that is an advantage. Aurora just kind of stares at him and goes, all right, and Reuben, what would you say? Reuben, again, takes a long pull on his cigarette and goes, we have been doomed from the start. I vote we keep it. All right. Going to all of you. Juliet, would you like to keep the heart that's probably going to get people killed, or get rid of the definitely dangerous artifact?
I vote to keep it here, despite all of its pros and cons.
Shocking there, Estelle. You have a child here. He's reckless. Keep the heart, get rid of the heart.
Estelle looks straight at Matthew. Keep the heart.
That's right, Mom. That's right, Mom. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna eat so many things, Mom. Aurora looks at Autumn. Sister, I know we've had our disagreements, and I will say it is my intention to bring you home, so one way or the other, I believe you will be safe, but what would you like to do with the heart?
I think you have a lot better chance of seeing me if we keep the heart.
Again, my intention is to bring you home, as I was instructed to do.
Are you gonna kidnap her?
Don't put it past her.
I have means of convincing someone beyond kidnapping.
We're gonna keep the heart.
All right, Fred. Local business owner, pillar of the community. We miss you when you're gone and you're no longer making our tools. What do you vote?
So I came to Smoky Banks to escape. I had a not so great situation back where I came from, and I wouldn't want to take the ability of anyone to escape away. And the ultimate way to escape is to leave your world. So I think we have to keep the heart to do that.
Seeing the votes as they are, it is the decision of Smoky Banks to keep the heart and doom ourselves to a, I'm sure, slow and painful death. She, hits a gavel on a thing, knocks her chair over, and storms out.
I mean, it doesn't really affect her.
That's what I was about to say.
She's going home.
Is she? If you stay here, would she stay?
Oh, I fully plan on going with her to the well and then pushing her in and not following her. I plan on one of you guys being the guide back to Nova Thea until she's cooled off for a while.
Got it.
Also, I can physically overpower her. She may be my older sister, but one of us runs through the wilds for fun and the other one yells at people in town saying we should all get out of here. So, I'm not too worried about that one.
As y'all are talking, Ruben walks up to the four of you, still holding, at this point, mostly burnt out cigarette between his fingers. I have spent most of my life studying text and sitting in a lighthouse waiting for interesting things to happen and recording them when they do, which might make me biased in this case, but I am very fascinated to see what comes next.
As am I.
As the meeting kind of winds down and you all are leaving, Mitchell is waiting by the door for Estelle.
I mean, she sees them when she's leaving.
Hello, Estelle. So what was decided in there?
Well, if you want to go back to Nova Thea, there is a way to do that, and we'll make sure everyone who wants to get home gets home. And then after that, we are going to keep it here.
When you say that, he kind of looks away, and you can see him kind of squint as his eyes do that paper thing that they do when he's going through a history of a place.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me that there's various ways for this to go wrong.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just definitely planning on staying.
I was really hoping you would.
Yeah, there's ways that this can go wrong, but that's not really why. I think I'm staying because I'm actually interested to see what happens, and I don't know. I don't know what it will mean. So I would rather stay here and find out what you do and how I can help.
Well, that's good because we're probably going to need a lot of help.
Yeah, your son is great. I think it might be good. I think maybe it would be good if I helped him. Not to say that he shouldn't be confident, but there's
there's always a good reason to have a mentor.
There's a middle ground I think he could strike at some point, and it might be good for someone to be around who can help with that. I think I might need a new title. I don't think I'm sheriff, but I also don't think I'm Spiralix Wrangler either.
I'm sure we'll figure out something.
I'm gonna suggest Deputy to Matthew. He'll like that.
I think he'd go with that.
Deputy Mitchell.
What about Sprangler?
You get killed by a giant bird. You just hear like, God! And like, just Aurora's crying. Willow just looks shell-shocked. That's where the whole show ends. Sprangler.
Worth it.
But Sheriff Mitchell kind of like slips his arm around you and like pulls you close so you guys start walking off.
Not Sheriff Mitchell anymore.
Oh, Deputy Mitchell. Oh, I do think that's a demotion, though. Is that like going to be a problem for us? It's technically a step backwards in my career. I'm working for someone younger than me now, too. Oh.
Well, okay, one, it's a step up from Spiralix Wrangler.
Excuse you, that was an important job.
It was, but
I fought many animals.
I'll probably be back for a lot longer this time and can help with that. And, two, I don't know if it's is a mentor position working under someone? If he's gonna need help, that's not necessarily a demotion.
Ooh, maybe commissioner.
I'll leave you two to come up with the name.
The problem is I've been reading lots of books lately, and now that seems more important to me, you know.
Is having a title?
And getting one that's poetic.
Mm.
But that being said, if you're, coming back as the town, vet for a little while, would you like a tour of the Spiralix?
Yeah, Matthew said there's, something eating them, so that's not us.
Oh, I found one. I can show it to you. It bites.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
No, it actually bites. Estelle, it actually bites. Thanks for listening to this episode of Wanderlust. Music for this show is credited down below. If you like this campaign, you can find more of our shows at the Wandering Gamer website or on Podbean. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Links in the description. Now bear in mind, in the wilds, some wander to get lost, and some wander to find themselves.